Chapter 32. Chapters on Al-Qadar. Abu Huraira narrated, "The Messenger of Allah came out to us while we were discussing about Al-Qadar. He became angry, such that his face became red, as if a pomegranate was bursting through his cheeks. He said, 'Is this what I ordered you to do? Or is this what I have been sent to you with? The people before you were only ruined when they differed about this matter. I order you to not debate about it.'" Da'if. Abu Huraira narrated that the Prophet said, "Adam and Musa argued. Musa said, 'O Adam, you are the one that Allah created with his hand and blew into you of his spirit, and you misled the people and caused them to be expelled from paradise.' So Adam said, 'You are Musa, the one Allah selected with his speech. Are you blaming me for something I did which Allah had decreed for me?' Before creating the heavens and the earth, he said, So Adam confuted Musa. Great Sahih. Asim bin Ubaidullah said, "I heard Salim bin Abdullah narrating a hadith from his father who said, Umar said, 'O Messenger of Allah, do you see that what we do is a new matter, or a matter initiated, or it is a matter already concluded?' He said, 'O Ibn al-Khattab, it is a matter already concluded, for everyone is suited for that for which he is created. As for one who is among the people of happiness, then he works for happiness, and as for the one who is among the people of misery, then he works for his misery.' Hassan. Ali narrated, "We were with the Messenger of Allah and he was scraping the ground when he raised his head to the heavens, then said, 'There is not one of you, but his place is known.' Waqi said, 'His place has been decreed, be it in the fire, and or his place in paradise.' They said, 'Shall we not rely upon this, O Messenger of Allah?' He said, 'No, work, for everyone is facilitated for what he was created.' Sahih. Abdullah bin Masud said, "The Messenger of Allah narrated to us, and he is the truthful and entrusted one. Indeed, the creation of one of you is gathered inside his mother in 40 days. Then for a similar period he is a cloth. Then for a similar period he is a piece of flesh. Then Allah sends the angel to him to blow the soul into him, and he is ordered to write 4 things: to write his provision, his lifespan, his works, and whether he will be wretched or happy. By the one besides whom there is none other worthy of worship, one of you will do deeds of the people of paradise until there is between him and it but a 4-arm span. Then he is overcome by what is written for him, and he is sealed off with the deeds of the people of the fire, so that he enters it. And indeed one of you will do deeds of the people of the fire, until there is between him and it but a four-arm span. Then he is overcome by what is written for him, and he is sealed off with the deeds of the people of paradise, so that he enters it. Great Sahih. Abu Huraira narrated that the Messenger of Allah said, "Every child is born upon the Millah, then his parents make him a Jew, a Christian, or an idolater." It was said, "O Messenger of Allah, what about those who die before that?" He said, "Allah knows best what they would have done." Great Sahih. Salman narrated that the Messenger of Allah said, "Nothing turns back the decree except supplication, and nothing increases the lifespan except righteousness." Great Da'if. Anas narrated, the Messenger of Allah would often say, "Ya Mukallibal Kulub Thabit Kalbi ala Dinik." O changer of the hearts, strengthen my heart upon your religion. So I said, "O Prophet of Allah, we believe in you and what you have come with, but do you fear for us?" He said, "Yes. Indeed, the hearts are between two fingers of Allah's fingers. He changes them as He wills." Abdullah bin Amr narrated, the Messenger of Allah came out to us with two books in hand, and he said, "Do you know what these two books are?" We said, "No, O Messenger of Allah, unless you inform us." He said, "About the one that was in his right hand. This is a book from the Lord of the worlds. In it are the names of the people of paradise, and the name of their fathers and their tribes. Then there is a summary at the end of them, there being no addition to them, nor deduction from them forever." Then he said about the one that was in his left, "This is a book from the Lord of the worlds. In it are the names of the people of fire, and the name of their fathers and their tribes. Then there is a summary at the end of them, there being no addition to them, nor deduction from them forever." The companion said, "So why work, O Messenger of Allah, since the matter is already decided and over?" He said, "Seek to do what is right and draw nearer, for indeed the inhabitant of paradise shall have his work sealed off with the deeds of the people of paradise, whichever deeds he did. And indeed the inhabitant of fire shall have his work sealed off with the deeds of the people of fire, whichever deeds he did." Then the Messenger of Allah motioned with his hands, casting them down, and said, "Your Lord finished with the slaves, a group in paradise and a group in the blazing fire." Great Hassan. Anas narrated that the Messenger of Allah said, "When Allah wants good for a slave, He puts him in action." It was said, "How does He put him in action, O Messenger of Allah?" He said, "By making him meet up with the righteous deeds before death." Great Sahih. Ibn Masud narrated, the Messenger of Allah stood among us and said, "One thing does not infect another." So a Bedouin said, "O Messenger of Allah, if a camel gets mangy glands and we leave it at the resting place of camels, then all of the camels get mange." The Messenger of Allah said, "Who caused the first to get managed? There is no adwa nor safar, Allah created every soul, so He wrote its life, its provision, and its afflictions. Note, the majority of scholars interpret this to mean that these things in and of themselves do not transmit or cause harm through supernatural or hidden means, but that Allah is ultimately in control, and any fearful superstition around this is false. Great Sahih. Jabir bin Abdullah narrated that the Messenger of Allah said, "A slave of Allah shall not believe until he believes in Al-Qadar. It's good and it's bad, such that he knows that what struck him would not have missed him, and that what missed him would not have struck him." Great Hassan. Ali narrated that the Messenger of Allah said, "A slave of Allah shall not believe until he believes in 4. The testimony of La ilaha illallah, and that I am the Messenger of Allah whom He sent with the truth. And he believes in the death, and he believes in the resurrection after death, and he believes in Al-Qadar." Great Hassan. The narration of Abu Dawood from Shuba is more authentic in my view than the narration of Nadir. This is how it was reported by more than one narrator, from Mansur, from Ribi, from Ali al-Jarud narrated to us. He said, "I heard Waqi saying, it has been conveyed to me that Rabi bin Hirash did not utter even one lie in Islam, yet after he professed Islam." Matar bin Ukamis narrated that the Messenger of Allah said, "When Allah decrees that a slave of his is to die in a land, He makes him have some need from it." Great Sahih. Abu Assa narrated that the Messenger of Allah said, "When Allah decrees that a slave of his is to die in a land, He makes him have some need from it, or He said, in it." Great Sahih. Ibn Abi Kisama narrated from his father that a man came to the Prophet and said, "O Messenger of Allah, do you think that the ruqya we use, the treatments we use, and what we seek to protect ourselves with prevent anything from Allah's decree?" He said, "They are from Allah's decree." Great Da'if. Ibn Abbas narrated that the Messenger of Allah said, "There are 2 groups in my ummah for whom there is no share in Islam, the Murji'ah and the Qadariyah." Great Da'if. Mutarif bin Abdullah bin Ashikir narrated from his father, from the Prophet who said, "Ibn Adam was fashioned with 99 calamities surrounding him. If the calamities miss him, he is stricken by disreputitude until he dies." Great Da'if. Saad narrated that the Messenger of Allah said, "From the signs of the son of Adam's prosperity is his satisfaction with what Allah decreed for him, and from the son of Adam's misery is his avoiding to request guidance from Allah, and from the son of Adam's misery is his anger with what Allah decreed for him." Nafi narrated that a man came to Ibn Umar and said, "So and so conveys his salam to you." So he said, "It has been conveyed to me that he has innovated. So if he has indeed innovated, then do not convey my salam to him. For I heard the Messenger of Allah saying, in his ummah or in my ummah, the doubt was his, a collapse of the earth, or a transformation, or stones shall rain upon the people of Al-Qadar, great Hassan." Ibn Umar narrated from the Prophet "There will be a collapse of the earth and transformation in my ummah, and that is for those who deny Al-Qadar, great Hassan." Aisha narrated that the Messenger of Allah said, "Six are cursed, being cursed by Allah and by every prophet that came: the one who adds to Allah's book, the one who denies Allah's Qadar, the one who rules with tyranny, by which he honors whom Allah has debased, and he dishonors whom Allah has honored, and the one who legalizes what Allah forbade, and the one from my family who legalizes what Allah forbade, and the abandoner of my sunnah, great Hassan." Abdul Wahid bin Sulaym narrated, "I arrived in Mecca and met Ata bin Abi Rabab. I said to him, 'O Abu Muhammad, the people of Al-Basra speak about Al-Qadar.' He said, 'O my son, do you recite the Quran?' I said, 'Yes.' He said, 'Then recite As-Sukruf to me.' He said, so I recited Ha-Mim by the Manifest Book. Verily, we have made it a Quran in Arabic that you may be able to understand, and verily it is in the mother of book with us, indeed exalted, full of wisdom." Then he said, "Do you know what mother of books is?" I said, "Allah and his messenger know better." He said, "It is a book that Allah wrote before he created the heavens and before he created the earth. In it is written, Firaun is among the inhabitants of the fire, and in it is, perish the two hands of Abu Lahab, and perish he." Ata said, "I met Al-Walid, the son of Ubadah bin As-Samit, the companion of the Messenger of Allah, and asked him, 'What was your father's admonition when he died?' He said, 'He called me and said, O my son, have taqwa of Allah, and know that you will never have taqwa of Allah until you believe in Allah, and you believe in Al-Qadar, all of it, it's good and it's bad. If you die upon other than this, you shall enter the fire. Indeed, I heard the Messenger of Allah saying, Verily, the first of what Allah created was the pen. So he said, Write Al-Qadar, what it is, and what shall be until the end. Great Sahih. Abdullah bin Amr narrated that the Messenger of Allah said, Allah decreed the measures 50,000 years before he created the heavens and the earth. Great Sahih. Abu Huraira said, Idolaters from the Quraysh came to the Messenger of Allah, quarreling about Al-Qadar. So this ayah was revealed, the day they will be dragged on their faces into the fire. It will be said to them, Taste you the touch of hell. Verily, we have created all things with Qadar, great Sahih.